Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 15th episode of the 3rd season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it's available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode is what I would call the ultimate filler episode. Yes, it was pretty much an entertaining episode. It actually really was. I did enjoy it, but it was also an episode which didn't really progress the current storyline of what's going on in the island, slash obviously what's happening with Jack and the others. You know what I mean? Kate and SAYID have been captured as well, and Juliette. It was just pretty much a backstory of Nikki and Paolo. Who's that, you may ask? Well, yes, nobody knows. You know, last episode as well, even you know, even Sawyer was like, who are these guys? You know what I mean? And basically it started chaotic. Nikki was running through the woods. She come through the trees when she was stood there on the beach while Hurley and Sawyer was playing ping pong. She collapsed, and basically she was saying, don't trust Paolo. Now the interesting thing is, why do we not want to trust him? What's going on? Well, turns out their backstory is they ended up teaming up. She pretended to fall in love with somebody, like a long con, ended up killing the guy, stealing $8 million worth of diamonds out of his safe, and obviously when the plane crashed, they'd lost the bag, and all you know, literally all the episode was about them trying to get it. We went through the days, you know, from them landing, going through the timeline to the present, them searching, asking people. Ants was back, Shannon was back, you know what I mean, which is very interesting. Like I said, because we had the backstory, and basically it turns out that Paolo, he found it first. He found the bag, he knew where the diamonds was, but he didn't actually tell her, because he basically asked the question, you know what, if we had these diamonds, would you still be with me? You know what I mean? Are you only still here because of that? And she didn't give him the answer that he wanted. So when he did find it, he was like, look, sack this, mate, I am not revealing this information. Well, the interesting thing is, you know, like I said, he found it first. He ended up finding the hut, or whatever you want to call it, the facility where he can watch everybody on the screens, and he'd gone down there and he went to hide it in the toilet. That is why when he went down there, you know, with Nikki, that time when she pointed the guy out with the eye patch on the screen, you seen him in there using it. That was because he was extracting it. But interestingly, in his backstory, he was down there, and Juliette and Ben ended up coming down. They left a walkie-talkie and he took it. And obviously when they died, how did they die, you may ask? Well, both of them actually got bitten by spiders. Now, listening to Ernst, he was basically saying that one of these spiders can bite you and you'll go paralyzed. Now, we didn't know that how long until Nikki revealed it, that it was only for a couple of hours. But, you know, it slows the heart rate down just enough that even, you know, anybody looking at it who's not a medical professional would think that he was actually dead. And that's what everybody thought. So when she found out that he actually had the diamond, she threw a spider at Paolo. He ended up getting bitten. He's collapsed. Looks like he's dead. All the other spiders have ran over, because basically they said once a female, one little bit of whiff of her scent, all the males will come running, come as well, bit her, she's passed out. Them two are in a burial. They've dug him, they threw the sand on them, and as they're obviously like burying him, saying a few words, Nikki's woken up. Nobody's noticed it, and we've seen basically at the end of the episode that she was being buried alive. So I thought it was a mad episode. It was also a very entertaining one. I liked the story, but like I said, it was pretty much peak filler. And now, obviously, I want to see what's happening with Locke and his dad. Why is he in that box? Is he actually there? Is he imagining it? What's the island got to offer? Are Kate, SAYID, you know, and Jack going to be let go again? What is actually happening? This is what I want to know. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. I reckon Kate heard the explosion. That was good reflexes.
Enjoy your sandwich.
Been on the road a while, huh?
How long is it gonna take?
Take 2 days, maybe 3.
Oh, Sawyer's there doing his con.
You're lost.
Hey, there a problem, buddy?
Yeah, there's a problem. I'm getting scammed.
Hey, man, if you don't want to buy them, you don't have to buy them.
Those are fake. Call the cops.
If you don't want them, I'll sell them to somebody else.
Hey, let me see those. I'll take the one in the end.
Thanks.
Yeah. Can I get my money back?
Why'd you help me?
Just one girl watching another girl's back, I guess.
Or you didn't want that guy calling the cop. I'll give you a ride into town. You buy me a drink.
I came to say goodbye. I'm leaving with them.
Hell is going on? I mean, what are they doing to you? Are you brainwashed? Where did Jack go?
Jack didn't go anywhere, Kate. I want you to know I made a strong case for you. I told them that you were a good person.
Coming out.
Hey, just
Where's Jack? And where's Saeed? Have you seen Rousseau?
What's happened between John and Teeny's dad, and now he looks like he's, I don't know, changed, yeah?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Don't look at me and pretend we're not talking. Tomorrow there's gonna be a vote.
Vote for what?
Decide whether or not to banish you. You might want to ask yourself about all the good stuff that comes from being a part of this society. I mean, you can't even feed yourself.
What did Sawyer actually do right? In that situation with Nikki and Paolo, like, what did he actually do wrong? Like, I don't... Yeah, okay, he knew, or he seen them in the morning. Do you know what I mean? But, like, he didn't really do anything banish-worthy. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to think back, like, banish-worthy, that's hardcore, isn't it? Where are they all going? Nothing you could do. I mean, I would say that's a waste of gas. I mean, they could have gone in and just bagged her, couldn't they? There's so many of them.
What makes the girl who went to Sunday school scared of cops?
A few months ago, I killed my stepfather and escaped from the marshal who arrested me for it.
What the hell are you doing in Iowa?
I want to talk to my mother.
And the feds are gonna be watching her 24/7.
I'll figure something out.
Oh, you will, huh?
What, you want to help me?
Absolutely. I fell in love with the wrong guy. He conned me and embarrassed me. I'll help you get the meeting with your mom. Because one of us deserves something good.
Oh, she's cuffed to who? Juliet? No way, mate. That's well interesting. I want Juliet to stay in it, if I'm being honest. I don't mind her. Mate, Jin's a pro at fishing. Look at all them that he's got.
I'm ready to do it. Make amends. Change the vote.
Dude, you stink. What is that, fish? Did you try to gut one yourself? How have you not learned that by now?
I'm really sorry I called you rotund. You're worse than a girl. Come on, let's spread the love.
How am I doing here?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either, so why don't you let go of my wrist?
I mean, you're handcuffed together, aren't you? So you're not really going to stab her, are you?
So what'd you do to piss him off?
Something smaller, a safety pin.
We're going back.
What? They did this to us. Why would we go back?
You say they like you didn't lock me in a cage and watch me break rocks all day.
They were taking off, going somewhere else.
Going where?
He didn't exactly tell me. Welcome to the wonderful world of not knowing what the hell's going on.
Oh.
Get down! On the ground!
It's not Kate. Oh, it is. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, she's watching from a distance to see if they was there. That's actually really good. Mate, I thought it was Kate. She had the full-on outfit.
He confiscated my case. He was asking me about selling Bibles. And, it's a good thing I know how to lie. I do want to help you, but if I'm lying to federal agents, then I at least need to know that there's a pretty good reason.
Used to get drunk and beat up my mom. So I blew up his house. And then she gave me up. So the reason I need to talk to her is
Someone who's supposed to care about me betrayed me, and I want to know why.
Yeah, to me, that it's not a tough one in that what Kate's saying there. I understand that. Well, it is her real father. You know what I mean? She says she calls him a stepfather. It's her real dad. So technically, her mum is with her biological dad, and her mum obviously loves her biological dad. Okay, you might do things that I don't condone, and I wouldn't want to do that in my relationship. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want my dad doing that to my mum. But what I'm saying is, that was her life, and that's what she loved. And just because he was doing that doesn't mean that she didn't love him as equally as she loved the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, she loves her partner as much as she loves the kid. So if she's killed, you know what I mean? If he killed Kate, she'd turn him in. If, you know, like if I went down there now and killed my dad, for example, and told my mum, yeah, I killed dad. She'd be like, she'd turn me in. I just think that's just a normal standard thing to do. It doesn't matter how much you love somebody, you've done something completely wrong. You know what I mean? It's different than somebody who's like, I don't know, come in and tried to kill you and you defended yourself and killed them. You know what I mean? If she went home and that guy was trying to beat her up and kill her and she self-defended, it's different. But I don't know, man. Like, her mum didn't betray her, you know? Like, that's the way I see it anyway. Like, she done something really bad to somebody that her mum loves, and it would have been it vice versa. If he done it to Kate, she would have turned him in. She's just doing what's right and what's wrong.
Whoever dragged us out here left a trail. It'll lead us back to where we came from. Why would they handcuff you to me and then drag us all the way out into the jungle?
Ben did say last episode when he was looking at the screens that he likes to manipulate people.
Was standing right there when he told you not to come back. And now that you've ruined his chance to get off the island... You done! I said
He dislocated the shoulder.
I'm sorry, I didn't... What the hell is that?
Don't tell me that she's been there that long and she's never heard it. Wow, what's happening? What's he just done? This black monster or whatever, like, it's just mad in it. I don't know what it is and what's happening with it.
I ain't kissing no damn baby.
Claire's like really influential. If she votes for you to stay, you're home free, dude.
Well, why wouldn't she vote for me?
So go over there, say something nice, call her Claire, and give her this.
Hey there, little baby. He's not as wrinkly as he was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess he's not. Thanks.
Oh, and this is for you.
I feel like Claire in real life seems like a real nice person as well.
You've never seen that. If you don't believe me, you can always pull my other shoulder out of its socket. If it weren't for you, I would be on my way home right now. Jack told me not to come back to protect me. We have cameras on the cages, Kate. He saw you. You and Sawyer. Wasn't because he didn't want you to get hurt. It was because you broke his heart.
So what's your angle, brother? Haven't spoken 3 words to me, and suddenly you want to be my hunting partner.
'Cause I got hearts and minds to change. Since money don't mean squat on this island, gotta give the people something they like.
That is massive, that. Just imagine being Kate in that situation, finding out that Jack Senior, do you know what I mean? And she really likes Jack. It seemed from that anyway, more than Sawyer. But she done that with Sawyer because she thought that he's going to die. It's tough, that, isn't it, mate? And she can't even be mad at Jack anymore now she knows that information. It's interesting. I wonder what's happening with Jack as well, actually. Has he gone with them? Who knows?
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No worries. I'm such an idiot.
Must have left a note somewhere. Oh, Kate's hiding.
What are you doing here, Catherine?
I want to know what you told them what I did to Wayne.
I thought maybe you came because you wanted to say you were sorry.
He hit you. He treated you like a dog, and
You can't help who you love, Catherine. I loved him.
I literally said that before.
And you burnt him alive. But you did. You did for yourself. Because you are my daughter. I'm not going to tell the 2 men sitting at the table who've been following me for the last month that you are here. If I ever see you again, the first thing I will do is yell for help.
Well, her mum said exactly what I was saying before, actually, so I kind of feel happy from what I was saying.
did he say that to you?
He didn't have to. You don't know anything about him. I know where he was born and who he was married to. I know why he got a divorce. I know how his father died. What do you know about him, Kate?
Oh, Jack. He's a doctor. This must be prime dark territory location. Oh, fuming.
Damn it! Kate, come on!
Oh, can I get past the fence? She's gonna attack her now that she could handcuff herself.
We don't know what it is, but we know that it doesn't like our fences.
You had a key.
They left me behind, too. They gassed me. I know that you don't care. I thought that maybe if I could make you think that we were in it together, maybe I wouldn't get left behind again.
Yeah, I do like these two. They're actually good. I've liked Juliet all season, if I'm being honest. I actually really have.
It's delicious. I hope you'll remember this little barbecue at your meeting later.
Oh, what meeting? When did anyone around here vote?
That was good from her there.
You son of a bitch. Tricked me into being decent? That's got to be the lamest cons in the history of cons.
Wasn't a con, dude. If you're gonna be our temporary leader, you need to do some damage control. You're all we got. Just for today, they can eat boar, laugh, and forget that they're totally screwed. And you did that for them, dude.
I've said this ever since the show started. Natural selection. Like, do you know what I mean? People die, people rise. If you're a leader, you rise to the top. No matter if you want it, if you don't, you'll end up being there because you are the leader. It happens all the time in life. I actually think Sawyer looks much better as a happier guy, me. To get a smile. I like his smile, really. He loves it. He just wants to be accepted, man.
Sayid's in one of those backyards down there. You should get Jack.
Oh, Jack's just left on the floor.
Jack, hey. I wanted to come back to help you. And now because of me, you can't go.
I reckon she's gonna spit it out about Sarah or what?
I am so sorry.
They just left. Even Juliette.
Look, maybe Kate's thinking he likes her.
No, they left her too. You know her better than I do.
Mate, I'd go back and get everybody and bring them here, me. I'd say, do you want to come live in, like, some houses and chill? You know what I mean? They've got a guarded fence, they've got a community, they've got houses, shelter. Like, I'd bring everybody up here, me.
Thanks for everything, Cassidy. You got it.
Oh, she's told her name. If Juliette tells her about Sawyid's backstory and Cassidy, and if she puts two and two together. Because you know everything about everyone, don't they? They actually do.
Hey.
I've checked all the houses. Everyone's gone.
She's not coming with us.
Yeah, I would let her come.
Yeah, she is.
She's different. She was brought here.
Because they left her behind too.
See, I get his perspective because literally he's thinking, look, last time we had somebody in the camp, it was Ben, it was Henry, do you know what I mean? He was chatting, we had an Anna Lucille death, you know what I mean? We had Michael going rogue, he's obviously left, he had Libby being killed as well, you know what I mean? We had lies, everything, just chaos was erupting. And everything that we know about these others has not been good so far. It hasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got this community, but what was their real true intentions? Where's Locke gone? What did he see? What's his dad done? Do you know, is he there? Is he not? What is going on? Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like Jack's saying, she's been left as well. So she's obviously not part of their plans. But from their perspective, Sayid's and Cole's, she's technically another. And she has to earn their trust. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's all about trust earning. They've incurred a lot of pain and punishment basically from these. They've been hit and been beaten. They've been potentially killed and taken. You know what I mean? Weapons struck from them. And they're literally like hiding in the woods, scared about crossing boundaries because of the others and what they've done to them. And who knows where they're going now. We still need to know this man, this great man, this powerful man. You know what I mean? Like, who is it and where are they going? Have they got multiple camps everywhere? And what does Juliette know? Do you know what I mean? First of all, she would be a key asset to these, because if she actually turns and, you know, she was only on there, to me, it seems like she was only on their side because that's the only option that she had. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are you going to have? You know what I mean? You're either going to have a pile of shit here to eat, or you're going to eat, I don't know, toast. You know what I mean? You might not like toast, but you're going to pick it over the shit, aren't you? And that's basically what she was there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she might not want to be with them. She didn't even want to come to the island, for example. But she can't leave, so you make the best of the living that you've got. And if something better comes along, then you've got the option. And I don't know, man. Like, they've left, and she's like, well, technically wasn't one of you anyway. Never wanted to be. And she's kind of getting a connection with Jack. I wanted to actually stay in the show, to be honest. I feel like we introduced a lot of people, and they're the first to go. But I feel like her connection's good. I've liked her character since the very start. I've felt the connection between her and Jack. You know, I like today's episode with Sawyer being happy as well and doing good stuff. I feel like when Sawyer's happy, it makes you happy, because maybe it's because he looks so grumpy all of the time. So when he's happy, it's upbeat and uplifting. And like, Hurley done good to manipulate him and play him in that episode. And, you know, we had another Kate backstory, which is decent. We had him, you know, meeting up with Sawyer's baby mum, which again was pretty good. Sawyer was... I love the Sawyer compliment about Aaron. You know what I mean? He went over, oh, he's not as wrinkly as he was last week. That's hilarious. That even Kate was laughing. Claire was laughing with that one. It was decent. Like I said, Juliette knows the backstory of everyone. She actually dominated Kate in terms of the fact that, you know, she was like, you don't even know Jack. And she's like, well, I know how tall he is, know where he's from, I know what his dad did, know how his dad died, you know what I mean? I know what he likes, what his favourite food is, what his blood type is, you know what I mean? What sports team, you know, like, yeah. He supports, I know his wife, he's why the you know, why they're not together anymore. I know everything. What do you know? Well, I just know he's a doctor and he was stranded on this island. Basically, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have gone into that deep, but that's only because maybe she's read his portfolio, and it's not like Jack sat down and told her everything about it. Do you know what I mean? I could know everything about you because I've read it in a book. Don't mean that I actually know you. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of like a little dagger to Kate's heart, but then Jack had a dagger to his when he seen her and Sawyer on the screen. So, going to be interesting to how it goes. But personally, I like Juliette. I wanted to stay in it. Hopefully, she's not been infiltrating and she's not another Ethan that's been put in there and Goodwin to try and, you know, mess with the camp, because that could well and truly happen. But it seems like what I've seen for up until this point, that she's not really with them 100%. And, mate, I'm excited to see where we go from here. So, let's see what happens with Locke. And I still need to know let's not just gloss over the fact that his dad was in a box or whatever. We need to see what he's actually seen. We can't just progress forward with the aftermath of it. We need to actually see what he actually saw and why it actually happened. Yeah, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We are flying through, aren't we? I can't believe it. We're getting so close to, well, past midway now, going towards the end of the season. It's getting exciting. You know, I really enjoyed today's episode. Sawyer, it's good to see him happy and smiling. I just feel like, I don't know, because he doesn't do much, it uplifts his character. It gives something new. I thought Hurley was clever today to obviously get him to kind of join into everybody and just see how good it actually feels. And you know what? I felt a little bit sad at the same time when he picked up the baby. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we've had this backstory about him and obviously his previous girlfriend who was meeting with Kate here in today's episode, and how she was pregnant, and obviously she met him in prison and she slid the picture over, and he said that, you know, he didn't really want to see her and want to know her, but he did drop a lot of money in the trust fund or whatever for her when he cut that deal, didn't he? And maybe picking up Claire's baby and just looking at it, it's just hitting him with the feels, and I felt a bit sad for him as well. It's interesting with that one. Obviously, he was getting the daggers one from Sunall episode. Every time he looked over and was smiling, she was fuming, staring at him like that. So that's interesting. He's hoping that she never tells Jin what actually happened, because like she said last episode, he would be a dead man. He would, wouldn't he? Now, the interesting thing what's going on with Juliette is, yes, obviously she was introduced this season as she was another person that we was interested in to learn about, and we did actually have a backstory of, which is great because, you know, it makes me think that she's actually going to stay in the show. I've been saying all season, me personally, I really enjoy her character. I think she's brought a lot to the program, and I feel like she's got a good connection with Jack. And maybe the reason why we got a backstory is because they intend to keep her to stay around. You know what I mean? Like, usually we haven't had anybody. I said that it would have been great to have a couple of the backstories about the people on the island and Ben, and the scenes and the aftermath of the crash and how they reacted from their side, and the information that they was getting from Goodwin and Ethan. But we haven't seen that yet. But we've obviously had her episode, and the fact that, you know, we was told that he's been on the island for all of his life, and obviously more people have been recruited towards it, and you know, even though they're all committed and they all like being there, having that means that they know that they can return to civilization if they want to. That was an option for them. And the fact is, obviously, knowing that under pressure, she's actually tried to create a plan to basically kill Ben and stop him from being in charge or try to escape. You know what I mean? That when this submarine has actually blew up, they've just thought, you know what, sack this. You know what I mean? She isn't one of us. She's not committed to the cause. She isn't happy to be here. She might as well not be one of us. You know what I mean? She knows a lot of information. She knew the code to turn the fence off, which helped him against, obviously, the monster. That kid did come, didn't it? It was trying to get them, but it hit the barrier. It was scared and it went away. She acted like she didn't even know it. And I was a bit confused at that as well, because, you know, they've been attacked, Kate and that, quite a lot since they've been there, killed Mr. Echo. And, you know, they've been on the island for God knows how many years, her for free anyway. I'm surprised that she hadn't seen it, but she did. She was obviously lying. Now, again, like I said, she's been tied to Kate, and they bonded this episode, and she's told Kate that Jack saw her and Sawyer together, and that's obviously hurt Kate in the heart, you know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like she done that with Sawyer because, I don't know, emotions are running wild, like literally, and I feel like she's been conflicted all show whether she wants to be with Jack or Sawyer, and I've been saying just pick one and rock with it. Once they was kind of together, Kate and Sawyer, and he said he loved her and that, I was like, oh, do you know what, sack it, go with them, let's do it, just run with it, give Jack and Juliet. Now it seems like they've broken up. Jack and Juliet could still be a little thing, you know what I mean? Like, they're getting a little bit closer, they have got a connection, they actually like each other, whether it's mutual in terms of sexual or just friendship. They are together, and now obviously she's been left and dumped while they've obviously got all these bags on. They've all got gas masks on, they've gassed everyone, and then they've just literally disappeared. They bounced with no, you know what I mean, knowledge of where they're going. Now, Juliet must actually know different places on the island. There's no way that she's been there for 3 years, and the only place that she knows is this little vicinity here of, you know, the area, the patch, the land that these acquire. She must know who the person in charge is. She must know where they are and what they're doing. And, you know, they said something this episode that they had us on the island bashing rocks. Why is it they was doing that? You know what I mean? I never actually thought about it right now, but why was they having people there working? What was the actual purpose of that task? Hopefully we find out about that as well. But I thought it was a great episode. Can't wait for us to come back to camp, see how everybody reacts. Is she going to be welcomed? Is she not? Desmond was welcomed, but, you know, he wasn't one of the others, and they learned that. And knowing that Juliet is one, it's got to be a lot of trust, and there's got to be a lot of, you know, progress made with her, showing that she's not a threat to them before anybody can actually, you know, take a part of the team. Jack's obviously give it to her, but everybody else is going to be still wear it, so I'm interested. Right, checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.